good morning, West Ham fans. So it's a case of give Nick a little more time. Yes, everybody, happy Friday. And West Ham can't ruin it this weekend, my friends. Enjoy. If you're new around here, thanks for joining us. Consider subscribing. We've got loads coming up. Obviously, we had Jimmy Walker on earlier this week. We've got some great guests lining up over the next couple of weeks, and I'm working on a chef's kiss of an interview. Oh, if I pull it off for my friends, it'll be spectacular. Anyway, I want to talk about the Folkomania, the Folkster, Mr. Niclas Füllkrug. I forgot his name then. But I want to talk about him. Obviously, one of our summer signings, our big effing German, and obviously he's away on international duty with Germany. Obviously, the guys who weren't took part in the behind closed door friendly yesterday against Dagenham Redbridge 5-0. Danny Ings hat-trick, 2 for Andy Irvine. Of course, Andy Irvine gets a brace against Dagenham Redbridge. He loves them. He always scores against them. 2 games, 3 goals. Anyway, I want to talk about Niclas because obviously as part and parcel of going away on international duty, you do lots of interviews. And obviously he has recently just moved, and so from Borussia Dortmund. And so that was a focus of many of the interviews he had. And there was a couple I wanted to pick up on because obviously I've sort of gone through and looked for a few of them and pulled out some really interesting sort of quotes because I think it's quite interesting. The first was when he was talking to the German news outlet Ruhe Nachrichten. I'm sure that's how you pronounce it. And he was asked why he moved from Borussia Dortmund to West Ham. And this was his words. I felt an incredible amount of conviction and appreciation. The club, the coach, and the manager really wanted me. They showed me a great plan. It was so extreme that I realised I want to do this. What the fuck have they been showing? What the fuck? What is this? What is this plan? I want to know what this extreme plan is. All I can think of is the champions. You can't get any more extreme for West Ham to be in the Champions League, surely. You know, we've been Europa, we've been Conference. It's extreme. Obviously, he's yet to score, but no doubt he'll be hoping to get more minutes upon his return from international football. I think there will be a transition, and you'll start seeing him start as well. And I think you're obviously the likes of Somerville getting game time, as well. And I think it's going to be fascinating to see how it all works. But in another interview, he has asked for time to adjust. He's admitted he still needs time to adapt to the Premier League. And he's expressed the differences between the Bundesliga and the Premier League. He believes the physicality and pace of the English game do require a period of adjustment. And we have, if you look at all the people we've brought in, arguably the two who have slipped in like they've always been here is Max Kilman and Wan-Bissaka. To some extent, Rodriguez, but I think with his first appearance, which was in the Betway Cup, he was playing against a side that he's already played against many times in La Liga. I think when he played at Aston Villa the week after, you could see there was a learning adjustment in terms of the pace of the game, and that's clear with Niclas as well. But I think he's got not necessarily the pace, but I think in terms of the physicality, he will be a match for anyone. He was quoted as saying, "A move abroad is different than moving from Werder Bremen to Borussia Dortmund. I still need a little time to settle in. Like some of my teammates, it's more physical and dynamic, but less tactical. It's another dream, and I'm comfortable." So we must remain patient with Niclas Füllkrug. And it's fair, adapting to a new league does take time. Yes, some people come in and just hit the ground running. And those guys are top tier. Haaland basically started scoring, against us, wasn't it? The first game, scored a goal. And that happens, I I think necessary. I mean, there's always exceptions to the rule, but it does take some time to adjust to the Premier League, and I think we'll probably get that with Carlos as well. Soler, particularly in the midfield as well, the pace, keeping on top of that, and so I think it's interesting how he's used his sort of international interviews to actually say, "Actually, I need some time, guys. I'll get there, but I need time." I think. I think it's going to be personally. I think what's going to come back when we come back from the international break. I think it's going to be fascinating in terms of how we start utilising the squad. Fair to say, we were the first sort of 3-4 games, we include the Carabao Cup, still finding our feet. And there's a reason why we all wanted to do our business early. I think the club wanted to do business early, but it didn't work out that way. Best laid plans and all that. So I think after the international break, you've got the likes of the guys who aren't on international duty. So the likes of, Kilman, Todibo, Wan-Bissaka, that back three with Emerson and the back four of Emerson, rather, they've got 2 weeks now to really, and, we kept a clean sheet against Damon Redbridge. Hey, here we go. So I think that will really help. Obviously, you don't have the goalkeeper. He's on the international duty, but the back four can sort themselves out. We know Alvarez is still there. So again, that's useful in terms of getting that relationship, when to drop back with Kilman and Todibo, because he's almost like plays as a back three sometimes, isn't he, Edson? We know Somerville's playing, been doing a lot in training. We've watched the training videos as well. So it's sort of a bit of a hodgepodge, but I think in terms of the guys, obviously Niclas is away and stuff, but the likes of Wan-Bissaka, the likes of Kilman, the likes of Todibo, they are at Rush Green, and so they've got time to sort of get together, gel. It's a tough thing. We had Jimmy on the other day, and he was like saying it's tough bringing in so many players at once. Now we know it had to happen, and in fact, 13 players have left, and we've got 9 back, so to speak, or 10 soon, maybe, with Egan, Matip, whoever we sign for a fourth choice centre back. So I think it's going to be really fascinating to see how that all happens. And we can see already that, the likes of Fullkrug, he's saying it takes time. Give me time. But I've no doubt he'll score goals. No doubt he'll score goals. Now, I know there's a schism amongst the fan base, unsurprisingly, about Niclas. I no doubt in comments will say, we should have signed Duran. It's over with now. We've got this squad. This is our squad now. We can look at maybe resurrecting that deal maybe in January potentially, but he might cost another 10-15 million pound more. Then maybe Villa will sign the striker they want to replace him beforehand. We don't know, but anyway, let me know what you think about Niclas Füllkrug. Will you give him time? How much time will you give him before the knives are out? 1 game, another 5 games, 10 games to the end of October, next international break. Let me know. And maybe we'll do a follow-up about, how much time is enough time to settle. Anyway, keep an eye on the channel. Loads of content coming out. We may even have Irish Tommy tonight, maybe. I don't know. With the Late Show, we'll keep an eye on the channel. Check your notifications. And if he's on, you'll know. Much love. Take care. Stay safe. Have a good rest of the day. I pressed the wrong button. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.